what's up, Jonathan? Quick demo for you for your Saberforge Katana MK2. This is installed the Proffie. I was able to reuse the previous Proffie that was in it, but I swapped out the switches for the NeoPixel switches that you wanted. So you've got your switches right here. These are in line with the blade, so whatever color your blade is, these two switches will be, because this is a removable chassis. Okay. You've got the stock V3s in here for your MPXLs, or your MPXL rather. You just want to take the pommel off to get to the chassis here. So we'll unscrew this. I did put a spacer on the pommel. I didn't like how close this was to the previous speaker, so I put a little spacer on there to kind of back it up and push that sound out of the pommel without touching the speaker drum, and it doesn't create any distortion. All right. But when you see your speaker there, I want to take this in your hand, cup your hand like this, go like this 2 or 3 times, it'll pop out, and you can pull it out. It's extremely tight in there because I want to make sure it made connection with those pins. The last one was a bit loose. It worked in some orientations, but not in others. Okay. And this is your chassis. So you've got your Proffie over here. You asked for a Bluetooth module, so you have the Bluetooth module right here. A removable battery setup, try to hide all the wires, and then a 28mm Smuggler's Outpost Elite speaker. And this is the Smuggler's Outpost Switch Pixel PCB set. So let me grab a battery. Did take the sticker off the battery, okay? And then there is a metal strip running the length of the battery. If I can find it, but it's hard to show on camera. But it goes from one side to the other. Keep that outside of the chassis. It helps with fitment. This is an LGT board. You had an extreme amount of sound fonts on here, but luckily I found a config file on here as well. So what I did was I went through on the config file, I just added a line to make the Bluetooth work, and then I saved it, right? So you'll see a third config on there that you didn't see before. That's the one that I did. Left your motion controls on here, but once you put this in, or the battery in rather, you can put this in however you like. Go ahead and slide it in. When you're pushing it in, don't push on the speaker drum. Try to push on the side of the speaker, and then this spacer will do the rest of the work for you. All right. And come over here and hit activation. Now you can see you got a red unstable blade, so your switches are unstable as well, right? Activation. Blade lock up. We'll throw a blade in here. You asked for 2 3/4 inch blade depth. All right. I'll go like this. 2.75 inch blade depth is what you've got there for your custom blade. Okay. And then this is your blade retention right here. So we'll back this up. Put a blade in here. Another thing I did was I took the O-ring off of the pommel because it was messing with the connection. So you don't need that now. You can just tighten the pommel up. Everything's good to go. You got your switches all lit up. Very solid. It's kind of a rainbow blade, so you'll see that affecting your switches as well. Another one. We won't go through all of them, but we'll go through a few. Ignition. Soundtrack is a long press on the activation. And then another long press to turn it off. One more. Oh yeah, everything's working like it should. This is a very solid saber. Just like that. And then we'll go ahead and take the blade out and then go over taking the chassis out. Now the chassis is a little bit tighter when it has a battery in it. So you might have to hit it on your hand a few times. Just be sure to cup your hand so it doesn't go flying out on you, right? Right here. Pull it out. You can hear how airtight it is. And then actually one thing that I had forgotten to do was show you how the Bluetooth works. So let's put this back in and then I'll show you that the Bluetooth is working. I forgot that it had it. So you'll need the ForceSync app. Looks like this, right? It's not going to do it on mine because I've paired to this already, but it will search for sabers and the BT909 will come up. It's not showing up good on camera, but you go ahead and you tap that. It'll ask you for a code to pair. Just go ahead and hit pair. You don't need a code. And then you'll come to this screen, cycle through until you find the Proffie and then click it. Now I'm just going to go up to remote control. Let me turn this light off. I've got some pretty simple remotes here. So I'm going to turn it on. Clash. Blaster. Some lockup. Now you can turn it up. Or you can turn it back down. I was keeping this at about a 900 to prevent it falsely coming on, right? Turn it off, just like that. So everything's working on the app. All right, so we'll go back and take this out. And you should be able to come over here from the positive side by the speaker, pop it out with your finger just like that. So that's basically your Saberforge Katana. Let me know if you got any questions. And if not, I will package this up and get it out in the mail to you tomorrow. Okay? Thank you.